Hello, this is Sherman Caplitz, and I decided to do video thread number 2. So, according to the state of Florida, it's unlawful for any person to engage in the practice of hypnotherapy or therapeutic hypnosis unless they are a quote-unquote practitioner of the healing arts or a qualified person. Um, the former term implies a practitioner of medicine, surgery, psychiatry, dentistry, osteopathy, chiropractic medicine, naturopathic, podiatry, chiropody, psychology, clinical social work, marriage, family and family therapy, mental health counseling, and optometry, and Lord knows what else. A qualified person is anyone deemed by these referring practitioners to be qualified by both professional training and experience to be competent to employ hypnotic techniques for therapeutic purposes under supervision, direction, or prescription. Unfortunately, the state does not further specify what these latter three terms mean in this context. If trained by such a practitioner of the healing arts, could be your doctor, could be your nurse, could be your counselor, heck, it could just be anyone with a degree to practice, these healing arts. Um, can be prescribed or be given a degree stating, or by degree really certificate, prescription, same thing, that they are a qualified hypnotherapist or a qualified person under Florida law. Now, it must also be noted that Florida only regulates hypnosis done for any therapeutic purpose, which, according to the wording of the law, can theoretically be applied to anything or nothing if the purpose is therapeutic in nature. If the hypnosis isn't practiced in a therapeutic context or for therapeutic purposes, per se, if you were doing it for a magic show or doing it to earn a few bucks on the street, I'll entrance you, whatever, no licensure really needed. Anyone can do it. Anyone can try. It's just as legal as playing tarot cards on the street. So as long as you promise, it is not for any therapeutic purpose. Now, the FIH's hypnotherapist certification program requires 300 clock, not credit hours, of a variety of subjects under fundamentals of hypnotism, advanced hypnotism, and applied home hypnotherapy alongside, the payment of a generous sum of tuition, membership fees, etc. to the institute itself. The coursework seems not to be rooted in any solid science, but rather steeped in anecdotal techniques to perform hypnotherapy, put people in such states through whatever means possible. Could be, a baseball bat, could just be manipulation, etc. How to market their trade, and of course theoretical and fictional concepts from the Jungian to the Freudian to the metaphysical to the tarot, you name it. Anything you want with no grounding in scientific literature. And despite the incredulously bogus nature of these courses offered, it does conform to legal standards, as those proctoring these courses, whether it's remote or in person, prescribe or certify the ability, these people, they prescribe them the ability to practice hypnotherapy for therapeutic purposes. And of course, like I said before, prescription can be a certificate. So therefore, it does conform to the law, and it would really not make you a certified hypnotherapist, but rather a qualified person. Alas, I do not consider this to be credible, and I really do not agree with the legal standards for becoming a hypnotherapist. Um, should there be any additional requirements? Not really. And to be honest, I do not believe that they're even I believe that the only laws regulating hypnotherapy in Florida should be that hypnosis is not recognized as a legitimate practice in Florida. Studies on it have shown that essentially it has its limits, and that oftentimes it may be the placebo effect. Sometimes it may be how well the quote unquote therapist is manipulating you or that healing person. The terminology is very fluffy and very sparse and can be misinterpreted to be nearly anything. Furthermore, unlike a doctor or a nurse, they don't really need to worry about malpractice that much. They aren't really held to the same standard as any other certified um, healing practitioner of the healing arts, which can be medicine or whatever. Um, and while it does meet the requirements to be certified in Florida, I could just as easily go to my therapist, say, hey, can you write me a certificate saying that I can practice hypnotherapy? Give him a few bucks, he'd say sure, and boom, I can get paid $60 an hour to make people think as I want them to. Then again, I need to learn manipulation. That sucks. Um, so penultimately, I believe that this practice is pseudoscientific. The law should be redefined such that hypnosis is not recognized as a form of legitimate therapy in Florida for any purpose due to the lack of solid scientific evidence indicating it for any purpose apart from some anecdotal case reports and blah 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 blah. And that can ultimately, well, how should I put it? I'm actually just astounded that these scam artists are earning so much.